Previously on Fairy Tale The 100 Years Quest, most of the battles against the Diablos Guild have been concluded, with the only one still standing, well, two still standing, is Kieran, who has yet to show up to the final treasure trove of the labyrinth our heroes are in, and Celine, who arrived on the scene just as Ignia claimed the prize. Knowledge about an ultimate weapon, possibly? Or was there something else that Ignia wanted? Regardless, the battle of two dragon gods has begun in the presence of Natsu and Suzaku. And I guess that makes 3 members of the Diablos Guild who are still standing. Regardless, who will make it out alive as these dragons clash in epic combat? Let's check it out and find the ultimate victor. I love this title. Chapter 107, Duel of the Dragons. Man, I remember, was it Universal Studios that has the roller coaster, the Dueling Dragons? God, I loved riding that thing. I was never a big fan of roller coasters, and then I actually rode a roller coaster. It was just like, oh my god. Then I rode the Hulk. That was a lot of fun. This man has the best nose in Fairy Tale. Even if you're underground, you can't escape. Was he on a item finding mission? Alright. Ooh, yeah, Suzaku and Celine in their dragon forms going at it. Did I say Suzaku? Ignia and Celine. God, man, Ignia looks just like Ignia. Like, the closer you look at him, when you zoom out, it's just like, okay, that's obviously not Ignia. But the moment you zoom in closer to his face, it's just like, you bitch, you look like Ignia. There we go. Suzaku says, good gods, what do we do now, Natsu? And Natsu says, what do we do? Those two are gonna duke it out, right? So we're gonna join them, obviously. I'm all fired up. That is such a Natsu response. Even Happy says, that's just Natsu being Natsu. And Suzaku looks so apprehensive. Celine then says, a bout between dragon gods? Neither of us will walk away unscathed. And Ignia is just like, what a bet? Blah! Flame breath. And Celine lets out her own attack, and it's a beam struggle. Oh man, massive explosion! Blah, blah, like action figures clashing against each other. So cool. And Natsu is immediately blown away. Suzaku does his best to hold his ground while Happy is also just blown back. Suzaku says, my katana could not so much as scratch the labyrinth walls, and yet they easily, annihilated a massive crater in it? Jeez. Looks like multiple floors of the place were destroyed. You know, I don't always get a clear look at Celine. Is she like a parody of a 9-tailed fox? Because of all those tails that she has. Also, it's so weird how with Ignia's scales, the sections of his vertebrae have flames just kind of come off a little bit. That is wild. I want to see these guys animated so badly. Not to say that Atsuo's art is bad, I just feel like it'd be a little bit clearer to see the full nature of their design. Oh, what did he do? It looks like Ignia summoned these orbs of flames and then just shoots them out like beams. And they hit Celine. Ooh, she took some damage on that one. Celine used Headbutt as a Pokemon battle. Or a Digimon battle. Ooh, Celine then used Tail Whip and freaking knocked Ignia on his ass, shattering the ground. Oh man, that is wild. Okay. Neither of them are slouches. Oh, stop. Natsu's having PTSD. He's thinking back. As he views the battle, he thinks back to when Ignia was facing off against Acnologia. And while at one point it looked like Ignia was going to win, Acnologia blew a massive hole in Ignia's torso. I mean, it wasn't technically the true Ignia, and didn't Ignia bite off Acnologia's arm or something? It's been such a while, I kind of forget. You think I wouldn't forget a fight between dragons that much, but there was so much going on in the Tartaros arc. So much of it escapes me. Ooh, Celine gazes down at Ignia. Those were the flames of the son of Ignia, the Fire Dragon King. Don't make me laugh. As Celine goes in for a scratch attack. Oh no, Moonlight Palm. It's a palm energy strike thing? I'm not really sure. I'm not sure if it's concussive or if it's a blast attack. And Ignia cries out in pain. Suzaku is shocked. This is different from when she battled me. So this is the true Celine. So she wasn't even trying when she fought you. Damn. But Ignia recovers and says, don't make me laugh. That's my line. Don't you dare compare me to his level. As Ignia ignites. There ain't no other way to put it. Just flames erupt around Ignia. Oh, and then Celine looks at her body and she's like, my body, it's burning. As Celine is engulfed in flames. How did that happen? Can he just remotely set people on fire? And Ignia just has this manic laugh. Suzaku, interestingly enough, cries out for Celine, which, I mean, yeah, I'm kind of shocked. I'm like, Suzaku, for a second there, you'd think he cared. Ignia then says, so ends the dragon who cozied up to humans. Oh, nope, Celine, you can still see her in the vestige of the flames, and she just goes, Argh. And then she tears open a hole in space, then pops through. Ignia shouts, "You running from me, Celine?" Ah, okay, I see what she did. Then another opening in space comes up, and you see Celine emerging from what looks like water. And yeah, I mean, if your powers is portals, why not? Now you're thinking with portals. Ignia gloats, I get it, so you went through the water. But my flames will. And before he can finish that sentence, Celine comes down with Moonlight butterflies. Whoa! A massive blast just engulfs Celine and Ignia, who's below him. And all these, I don't know, light butterflies go flapping around. It's just a pillar of light just engulfing the two of them. Ooh! That shut him up. Ignia looks like he got devastated. And as Celine continues downward towards Ignia, she says, your greatest weakness is your arrogance. You believe that nobody can defeat you. But Ignia manages to recover a bit and says, I believe it because it's true. Now it's my turn. And they both go lunging at each other. Oh, and Natsu shouts, stop! And they stop. Natsu's just like, Happy's just like, Natsu? And even Suzaku is stunned. Natsu is panting heavily, thinking back to when Ignia faded away. Ignia's last words, the days I spent with you were the happiest of my life. Celine gazes down on him. Why stop us? Regardless of which of us wins, it's still one less enemy for you to worry about. But Ignia gives a coy smile. What? Did I remind you of when the old man died? I know all about it. Acnologia got him real good. Natsu doesn't respond. Ignia continues. My old man was the strongest dragon, but Acnologia still killed him. But I'm different, Natsu. If it were me, I would have beat Acnologia. Oh, jeez! And then he says like this as he blasts a massive hole right through Celine. Oh no. I know she was a terrible world-ending dragon thing, but oh no, I don't really want her to die. I really like her. Celine coughs up blood. Suzaku cries out to her. Happy is in shock. Natsu is in shock. Ignia has this crazed smile on his face, and Natsu is enraged. Now, I see Natsu going after Ignia, but Natsu should not beat Ignia. No way, no how. At most, maybe he gets in one pretty good hit. But maybe if Suzaku and Natsu team up, Ignia did have that battle with Celine, got a little bit of damage in, so their chances aren't zero of at least getting one hit in on him, but they're not defeating Ignia. Not now. I can't see Celine die. And it's not just my want to keep her around because she's, again, a really fun character. It's just because, Does Ignia then become the main villain? I kind of don't want that. And with everything that's gone on with the Diablos Guild and all of that, it just... Mashima and Atsuo have done their damnedest to keep the Diablos Guild involved with this series. Like, they've been involved since the first Dragon God. So, and Celine having just taken over the guild, like, come on. Oh no, Celine being eliminated now feels like, no, I don't want that. I also was intrigued by Natsu's PTSD. That's an interesting something to kind of set upon. But Natsu, of course, values dragons a little bit more than anything else. He doesn't want either of them killing each other arbitrarily. Even these two bastards, honestly. But this was a cool fight nonetheless. This was pretty hype. It's been a hot minute since we just seen dragons throwing down in this series, and this was really fun. It's a friggin' kaiju battle, pretty much. And there were some pretty damn good attacks. Although we didn't really get much in the realm of information, like what is Ignia after? And with Celine, I mean, will she move closer to her goal? Because that's the thing. With Celine, it's just like, okay, it was a good way of getting the Diablos Guild involved with certain things for the most part, but, I mean, if she was just gonna die here, you could have just had George lead the Diablos Guild to get the treasure at the bottom of the labyrinth. That could have been their thing, and Ignia just kills George. You could have just had Celine be eliminated the last story arc, you know? It just, it would be such a waste to kill her. And it's kind of funny too, because Natsu was so interested in joining in the fight, but that took a turn real quick. This was an incredibly simple chapter, which I have no problem with that. You know, it's fairy tale, fairly simple stuff. Every chapter is always a little bit of that hype juice flowing through you. But 100 Years Quest, I don't know, I always feel a little bit more fulfilled with the direction some of the storylines go in this series. That's always been the thing. Like, sometimes with the previous series, I would read a chapter and be like, oh, okay. And we'd get to a conclusion of fight, because there would always be this build-up of hype as it goes along. And then when you got to the end of the fight, it'd just be like, oh, okay, it's alright. But 100 Years Quest just is constantly building upon itself. And I don't know, Celine feels like a good contributor to that. I mean, a lot of the situations with each Dragon Slayer god has been deeply fascinating. You know, Marcuphobia and his rampage because of the White Witch, Alderaan and the clash of Fairy Tail against Fairy Tail under the possession of the White Witch, and then heading to the White Witch's dimension, which Celine had taken over and was causing all this chaos and stuff like that. You know, there's always been this underlying thing which can be traced back to Celine. So I think that's mostly why I don't want her to go away, because so much of what's happened since the beginning, you know, this simple quest has always kind of been, you could see a little bit of Celine's machinations traced to Toka, the White Witch, all that good stuff. And for her to just up and die here, it's just like, I mean, man, you just ruined the biggest through line throughout this entire story arc. You know, Celine has essentially been kind of like, almost like the Zeref of this storyline. Whereas with the previous series, everything can be traced back to Zeref. Whether indirectly or directly, Zeref kind of had a hand in pretty much all these things that happened. And that's the same thing with Celine. And to have her just killed off by Ignia here, like, Ignia's cool, don't get me wrong. He is an obstacle for Natsu to one day overcome. You know, a rival, like, brother against brother, sons of Ignia, clashing, you know, that's cool and all, but Celine's felt like something else entirely. And I don't want to see her go, at least not now. Not now, at the very least. I want at least a little bit more from her. Kind of like Bane, it's just like, only then will you have my permission to die. Kind of situation. I don't know, she's just cool to me. So tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think this is the end for Celine? Or do you think she'll make it through? Will Diablos ferry her to safety? What is Kieran up to? Seriously, where did he go? And is Ignia only questing for power? Is that all he wants? Or is it something else? Is there a deeper plan in motion here? Igneous seems to have a lot of respect for his father, but at the same time he feels that he's a better version of his father. Is there something deeper beyond Igneous' emotions that he's trying to hide? I really do have to wonder. Let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comment section below. Subscribe so you don't miss out on the next video, or don't. I ain't your daddy, but I still love you like one. Until next time, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.